was just curious, what's the rotation like up front, and who are you mostly working alongside there in the defensive tackle spots?
I could say our rotation is even. Like, we have so many guys that can play at a high level right now. So it's really not a set front, because some days I'll be with Tyler, some days I'm with Jordan, sometimes I'm with Brian, Root, Darnell, all of them. We all this group is really probably the most experienced group I've been around and most technically sound. And I feel like we can all play at any moment in time. So the rotation is never the same.
For you, how different is it? You're a couple years ago, you were behind Christian and all those guys. Now everybody's kind of looking up to you to be the guy. What's it like for you to be the leader and have those young guys looking up to you for direction?
I would say I had a good example when I first came in. Because when I first came in, I had Christian Wilkins, I had Carlos Watkins, I had Clee, Austin. So I had a lot of good examples. So I kind of followed, piggyback off of them, because all of them taught me very well at a young age, and I feel like that's why I helped grow. So when they come to me, I kind of think about how Christian would teach me, because every guy needs a different kind of approach. Some guys may need that hard, stay on them. Some guys may need that kind of like positive role model, supportive, happy kidding with them. So I feel like I all learn different kind of ways. So it's a good feeling to know that people can come to me.
Well, who's come to you the most with the most questions?
Most questions, I say all of them ask a good amount of questions. I feel like it's even like people like Tyler. He played last year as a freshman. He still asks me questions, certain things. We talk going back and forth, try to figure things out. But it's like all of them ask me questions. Like Root has been asking me a lot of questions, because people know he hasn't been playing football that long and certain things like that. So he's always asking different ways to get better and improve his game, because he knows he can play, especially with this kind of year with COVID. Like, anybody can test positive or something like that, get feel sick and can't play. So he has to know he has to step up.
I really don't. I was in my house.
Nyles, nationally.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead. It's Trevor Groves, CUTigers.com here. During the long off season and the shortened spring, of course, you're rehabbing from that injury. How did you manage to keep yourself in shape, both physically and mentally? Was there anything strange that you had to do, or outside the norm, in order to keep yourself in good shape?
Well, like you said, I had surgery over the off season to get my ankle better, and it was a long process, because I was in a boot for probably 6 to 8 weeks. So I had to kind of learn how to walk again, like walk in a different way, because I was in a boot for so long. So I lost muscle, different things like that. So it was a hard process, because it was just frustrating, because some days were harder than the other. Try to learn simple stuff that you did since you were younger. So the way I kind of just stayed in shape, I just found different ways. I rode bikes, I ran in the water, in the pool, the underwater treadmill, Alter G, different ways just to keep myself in shape till I was clear to actually run again. But it was a frustrating time, but at the end of the day, it was worth it, because I'm in good shape right now. I was able to keep my weight where I needed to be, and I feel I'm in a great place.
Nyles, nationally, we've seen some players step away from the game. 10 guys at UCF opted out earlier today. Just, what's it like around Clemson right now from y'all's perspective, and how are you staying focused on the season and keeping everybody locked in and not wanting to opt out?
It's not even like keeping anybody locked in, because everybody here wants to be here. Everybody wants to play. So it's not really anybody even thinking about opting out, because when us as seniors met, the seniors straight up looked at each other. Even Trevor was like, we're not opting out. We want to play. Like, this is what we want to do. So it's not really trying to make anybody stay or anything like that. Like Coach Smith says, we're not forcing anybody here. If you want to play, you're going to play. And it's like we all love the game. So it's kind of like everybody here wants to be here and play.
Nyles, what do you think about the extra year of eligibility? You're a veteran guy, and obviously you want to get to the next level, the NFL. Is that something that you might keep in your back pocket to consider potentially coming back next year?
Of course, because it's a great opportunity, because we're very appreciative for the NCAA, especially in a year like this, because anything can happen. We could start the season and knock on wood, hopefully not, they could cut it short because too many cases, something happens. So it's kind of the situation where I think about it here and there. I know I want to go to the next level, but I want to put myself in the best situation, because I know I can get better at each and every day, everything. Especially last year, I feel like I didn't play that well, and I'm grateful for having my 5th year. And even if I feel like I need another opportunity, I got that year to use.
Nyles, the schedule came out earlier today, night game, Wake Forest, but they're not allowing fans in the stadium What's your reaction to that, playing one at night to open the season and two, not having any fans there?
It's always great to play at night, especially with your brothers. And another thing I can say is like it's kind of like practice does, because like when we at practice, we bring the energy. Like there's no fans out here. All we have is us, our coaches. So that's what's got to be. That's what's going to be, and we're going to be hyped. We're going to turn up ourselves and keep it between us, because at the end of the day, the fans not going to play. We are.
Nyles, you lost 4 out of your 5 starting offensive linemen from last year. Just interested to get your take on both the first and second group of offensive linemen and how they compare to last year's group.
All of them are great. I feel like all of them are experienced. Jackson Carmely, as we know, is a great player. Matt Bockhorst, Cade came in with me. He's 5th-year guy, great technician. He's been here. He's very he knows a lot. He's very knowledgeable. Jordan McFadden, he's had great guys to look up to, learn from Jackson, as well as John and Tremaine. It's just like different things like that. Our second team looks great. They're still learning because some of them guys are young and unexperienced, but they're learning and they're getting better each and every day.
Nyles, is there a newcomer on the defensive side of the ball that's really stood out to you, whether that's a guy in your position group or really just from front to back?
A lot of really stood out. Malcolm Green, he came in day one when I first saw him. I was like, who is that guy? His energy, he just comes in. He gives that vibe that he just wants to be great, and he just works each and every day. Brian Brzee, great guy, great player, athletic. He's like we're gonna work on technique and stuff like that, but he's athletic, he's a great motor and everything like that. And I feel like those guys really stand out to me. There's a lot more guys like Trenton Simpson. He stands out to me. He still has a lot to learn because being a coach of these defense isn't easy. And he's learning. He's doing the best he can. He's absorbing as much knowledge as he can from everybody. And I feel like those guys really stood out to me.